What if tomorrow morning you woke up and realized you would never age past 30? No wrinkles, no gray hair, no physical decline, ever again. It sounds like a dream, the ultimate human fantasy. Eternal youth, endless energy, a body frozen at its peak. But what if that dream was actually a trap? What if stopping aging didn't save humanity, but slowly destroyed it? Let's imagine a world where, starting right now, a new rule of biology applies to every person on Earth. The moment you turn 30, your body locks into that exact state forever. You always look 30. You always feel 30. But you're not immortal. You can still get sick. You can still die in accidents. The only thing that disappears is natural aging. The slow decay of the body simply shuts off. Take a second to picture that. You walk down the street, and everyone you pass looks like they're in their early 30s. Your neighbor, your boss, your doctor, even your great-great-grandmother. At first, it feels incredible. No wrinkles, strong health, endless stamina. But then reality hits. Cities begin to overflow. Resources start running out. The structure of society begins to crack. Because the first problem appears immediately. People stop dying of old age, but they don't stop having children. The population explodes. Every hospital, every school, every food system, every housing market is pushed past its limits. And suddenly, a terrifying question emerges. Who is even allowed to have kids in a world where nobody ever leaves to make room for the next generation? And then humanity looks for a workaround. If natural birth becomes too risky, too regulated, too political, people turn to artificial creation. Children are no longer born. They are manufactured. Entire facilities appear where embryos grow inside transparent pods. Life is engineered, monitored, optimized. Governments start issuing birth licenses. Only those who meet strict criteria are allowed to create a new human being. Parenthood becomes a privilege, not a right. And for the first time in history, humanity begins designing its own future, generation by generation. But when life itself becomes a product, something sacred quietly disappears. And that's just the beginning. The social order itself starts to unravel. Imagine walking into a job interview. The intern and the CEO look the same age. Everyone in the room looks 30. So who has experience? Who deserves authority? Who should be trusted? How do you find a mentor? A seasoned doctor? A veteran engineer? All that hard-earned wisdom becomes invisible, buried under identical youthful faces. And then, a new elite class forms. They're called the old young. People who are hundreds of years old, but still look 30. They've had centuries to accumulate wealth, power, and knowledge. Meanwhile, real 30-year-olds are treated like children, locked out of a system that only respects invisible experience. Why hire a young adult when you could hire someone with 200 years of expertise for the same job? How do police hunt a criminal who never ages? And what happens to love when growing old together becomes a meaningless phrase? Now imagine a family dinner. A mother, a daughter, and a great-great-granddaughter all look the same age. No one can tell who raised whom. No one can tell who came first. Parents start to feel replaced by their own children. Children grow up never seeing their parents grow old. The natural rhythm of generations disappears. And with it, something deeply human is lost. And as the world loses its old meaning, people start searching for new gods. New religions begin to rise. Cults built around eternal youth. They worship the frozen body. They treat aging as a sin. Wrinkles become a sign of spiritual failure. Their temples glow with holograms of perfect, youthful humans. Followers chant promises of endless life. Some believe aging will return as a punishment for those who doubt. Others believe only the faithful deserve to stay young forever. And slowly, eternal youth stops being science. It becomes faith. But the most devastating damage isn't social. It's psychological. Humans aren't built for this. We aren't meant to stay the same forever. Our identity depends on time moving forward. Without that, birthdays lose meaning. Milestones blur together. Graduations, promotions, anniversaries, all of it melts into one endless loop. People begin to feel trapped inside their own lives. A global mental health crisis explodes. Depression skyrockets. Motivation collapses. Entire generations feel like they're stuck in an eternal waiting room. And it leads to a terrifying question. If your body is frozen, does your mind stop growing too? Can you truly evolve as a person when nothing around you changes? And then a new industry appears. An underground market for artificial aging. People paying insane amounts of money just to look older. Wrinkles become a luxury. Gray hair becomes a status symbol. Some risk dangerous procedures just to add a few visible years to their faces. Because in this world, looking older means being taken seriously. It means power. It means respect. This personal breakdown quickly becomes something much bigger, an existential threat. Humanity splits into two camps. The naturals accept the new reality. The accelerators use every piece of technology they have to try to restart, control, or redesign aging itself. A biological arms race begins over the future of the species. But all of this chaos is just a distraction from a darker truth. A biological time bomb. The moment humans stop aging and dying naturally, evolution stops. Natural selection depends on generations. It needs birth. It needs death. It needs turnover. Remove that cycle, and adaptation grinds to a halt. Humanity becomes genetically frozen, fragile, a sitting target. And something else disappears too. Urgency. When time stops mattering, so do consequences. People take bigger risks. They delay everything. They stop committing to anything permanent. Why hurry? Why decide? Why build something meant to last if you'll always be here tomorrow? Society slowly drifts into paralysis. And somewhere else, in a quiet hospital room, a woman sits beside a bed. Her partner lies motionless. Same face, same age, same body. He's been in a coma for 50 years. She still looks exactly the same as the day it happened. She holds his hand. Not older, not younger, just frozen in time. The doctors say he might wake up one day, or maybe never, and she will still be here, waiting, unchanged, watching decades pass without a single wrinkle to mark the grief. A new virus, a sudden climate shift, a cosmic event. Any major threat could wipe us out entirely, because we would have lost our most basic survival tool, the ability to evolve. We wouldn't be a growing species anymore. We'd be a statue. And that brings us to the real paradox: what we want versus what we need. You can stop aging, but you can't stop the consequences. Eternal youth comes with a cost. And that cost might unravel everything that makes us human. So here's the question to leave you with. In chasing a world without an ending, do we lose the very things that give life meaning? Growth, purpose, change, a future. What's more valuable? A life that lasts forever, or a life that's truly lived? If these ideas made you pause and rethink what the future could become, you're in the right place. Here we explore hidden consequences, impossible scenarios, and the quiet questions that shape humanity's path forward. Stay with us for the next journey.